campaign now to blame Ben Shapiro for inciting a deadly terror attack on a Canadian mosque last year?
The court was shown evidence that the perpetrator of Quebec City mosque massacre's favorite tweeter was Ben Shapiro, who has claimed that there are at least
608,030,000 radical Muslims
and 500,000 in the U.S.
500,000 radical Muslims here in the United States. We're above 800 million Muslims who are radicalized. More than half the Muslims on Earth. That's not a minority, that's now a majority. The myth of the tiny radical Muslim minority is just that. It's a myth. And, unfortunately, it's a myth that's going to get a lot of civilized people killed.
He looks so unassuming and, like, Ben, I don't know, what do you weigh, 150 pounds? I mean, you're like
in shape. About 165. I'm bulking up, come on.
But I'm saying, like, you don't look like all that intimidating. I mean, you write stuff and you go on TV, but explain how you are allegedly involved in inspiring this horrible attack on a mosque.
So there's this evil piece of human crap who shot up a mosque last year, and this evil piece of human crap happened to be somebody who had seen some of my tweets on Twitter as prosecutors found. I guess my account was the one that he had viewed the most. I guess the idea from the left is that if somebody views enough of my tweets, they're inevitably going to become a terrorist. But of course, none of this is real. I mean, when Bernie Sanders, a Bernie Sanders supporter, shot up a congressional baseball game, people on the right did not say this was Bernie Sanders' fault. The fact that I've tweeted out about the evils of radical Islam, and I cut a video talking about the percentage of Muslims worldwide who may believe radical things. Now, this apparently was enough to blame me for a terrorist attack that has nothing to do with me. But again, all of this is nonsense generated by the left, specifically in order to shut down free speech. The fact is, not everyone is equally likely to be a terrorist. Here's a photo of the suspect. Here's what he looked like. Looks like a nice, clean-cut Mormon boy, obviously. Like this weird idea that we're all the same. You've got this picture of Michael Moore standing outside Trump Tower with a sign that says, "We are all Muslim." ISIS agrees. We are all Muslim. You and I, we are all Muslims. We just haven't realized it yet. And the only way for us to realize it is for a gun to be put to our head and the trigger to be pulled if we disagree. Or a knife to be put to our throat and it pulled across our windpipe if we disagree. Let me tell you something. I am not Muslim. Many Muslims are trying to kill Jews. End of story. This idea, we are all Muslim, no, we aren't. And the only people who think we are leftists who are fully insane, or Muslims who believe that we all should be Muslims and that they get to kill us if we disagree. So all of this politically correct nonsense, it's going to get a lot of people killed. They're coming for Western civilization. A lot more people will die because there are people who believe we are all Muslims.
Moi, je voulais sauver les jeunes. Tu voulais sauver les jeunes. Des attaques terroristes.
How many Americans have to die for this crap? I mean, honestly. How many Americans have to die so the Democrats feel good about themselves and multicultural about themselves? 14 Americans were shot to death because of President Obama's optics. What an absolute jackass our president is. Why would you trust the government to be able to screen anyone? We shouldn't trust the government to keep us safe.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
As I've mentioned, I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but the entire left has decided that the real threat to global peace is not radical Islam. No. It's Donald Trump.
Hier, quand tu as décidé là, que c'était aujourd'hui que tu allais faire ça, hier matin, tu écoutes la télé, tu vois un reportage ou quelque chose concernant que le Canada va accepter plus d'immigrants parce que les Américains disent qu'ils vont en accepter moins. On s'entend? C'est un peu ça, là. Oui. OK. Lorsque tu as pris ta décision, là, que c'est ça que tu allais faire, OK? Aller sauver des vies, là. Dans ta tête à toi, c'était... Oui. OK, parfait.
Problem is this. When you have a multicultural society where you suggest that all cultures are equal, but because it's multicultural, because we're all multicultural, we now have to make sure we're not singling out that group of people. We shouldn't trust the government to keep us safe.
suis comme sûr qu'ils vont venir comme tuer mes parents aussi, puis ma famille.
Ok.
Ça, j'en suis convaincu. Puis c'est ça, pour ça, tu sais.
Now, the question isn't whether Islam itself is violent. It's what its adherents believe, because that's what they act upon.
Do you think Islam is at war with the West?
I think Islam hates us.
You scared yet? We're just getting started.
I think people think we need a pause on all this immigration from Middle Eastern countries where we know the vetting of people is problematic at best. In fact, I think most people watching this are really scared. A lot of people are scared. Gun sales are going through the roof. It's like a 9mm in every stocking. I don't know, but gun sales are crazy. So I think people are worried. That's what this is about, is it not?
No question.
This guy, Ben Shapiro, he's causing a lot of problems. A lot of people tell me all the time, like, oh, a lot of like blue-pilled normie types. Oh, you're conservative. What do you like, Ben Shapiro? You know, I think you'd really like this Ben Shapiro guy. You ever heard of him? I've been scared to come out, but I was viciously attacked by alt-right leader Ben Shapiro and his goons. They tried to put a noose around my neck whilst shouting, "This is Yehudi County Goy." Yeah, that's a fear that I often have. You know, when traveling to Skokie, Illinois, and other places, I'm always afraid that somebody's going to put a noose, do a reverse Holocaust on me or something. You know, we have to be afraid. As a black man myself, I look at who are the slave traders, and, you know, you got to really get woke about that, right? Carson Gordon says, Nick, don't let Ben distract you. Focus on the bag. I'm always focused on the bag, big guy. Glass Half Empty says, all hail Ben, whose sister is a 10 Shapiro, the leader of the new Nazi alt-right. Oh, I disavow neo-Nazi leader Ben Shapiro. Can't do it. I'm a campus conservative. Ben Shapiro did radicalize me. Ben Shapiro is alt-right. Think about it. He called for population transfer. He hates black people music. Hates rap music is what I mean by that. He's alt-right, you know. He's pro-identity politics. He's pro-ethnic nationalism. He's an alt-right guy. He's too extreme even for me. He's calling for all Palestinians to be deported from Muslims. I don't even believe that for America, you know. So, what did he do a video on? How all Muslims are radicals and this kind of stuff. So, no, that ain't no joke though. Like Kanye West once said, it ain't no joke though. He did radicalize me. He is alt-right.